looks like we have both game feeds on the screen now. I'd like to once again welcome into the call our commentators for Mega Man 10. We have Tonic and Used Pizza here.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Good to have you guys.
Thank you, Golden. How's your stream experience been so far?
It has been awesome. Really surprised by the generosity so far, and glad to see a lot of familiar faces. And you know, it's only been a couple of weeks, but it seems like the JRTA crowd is back.
I'm good.
All right, so we'll play normal Mega Man 10 first, and then we'll do the special stages race after that.
Good.
So you want to give a text countdown to them, Golden?
Sure, I'll type it down.
Let's make sure they're ready first.
Chlorate's been ready for like 30 minutes on this screen. He's itching to play.
Alright, I am going to count them down right now.
Cool. So, this is Mega Man 10. It's the last game in the classic Mega Man series. They're going to start with Pump Man, mostly because his stage is pretty much the least improved with weapons from other stages, other than the boss fight. Get some kind of tough platforming out of the way, lots of mashing. But nothing too crazy beyond that. I was holding my breath for the jumps over the pits.
Scares me every time.
Every time, man. 30 seconds into the game. The screen has a current that pushes you forward. It's kind of hard to tell. That's the gimmick of Pump Man stage. There's currents that push you forward and backwards. This one's backwards.
A recurring theme throughout this game is that there are cycles that occur globally from the time you start a stage. So these big bubbles that you see, if they're fast enough, they can skip them. Looks like Chlorate had a little bit of trouble, but Ajarmar made it through fairly cleanly.
Yeah, everything's based on how long you take to get there, and it's accelerated a little when you kill an enemy, for example. There's a few things like that.
Alright, so we're at Pump Man. Pump Man has a water shield, but it's not really a shield, it's more just like a rotating weapon, and you can shoot through it if you get close enough to him. So these guys are gonna probably time, I don't think either one of them mash, and you'll see well-timed hits, yeah, just like this on Ajarmar.
Mm-hmm. They also damage boost, get some extra ones. This is really hard, by the way. No, these guys are gods and all.
Oh! Alright, good. It's pretty scary. You definitely have to damage boost to go fast, and you take, I think, 4 per hit, so that's
a lot. Yeah, you can mash down his bubbles. They have individual HPs, but that's like extremely unreliable. So you just got to get close, time your shots.
Yeah. Let's talk about our racers. We have number 1 and number 2. Chlorate has been the king of Mega Man 10 for quite a while, but Ajarmar is second only by 9 seconds, and
it's pretty low now.
Yeah, these guys
Chlorate's
are both extremely competent.
Chlorate started running this game, as far as we know, about 4 years ago, and he's still in love with it. And Ajarmar is deeply in love as well. The two kings here. Alright, so first major source of RNG is coming up. It's the birds, it's a mini-boss. They have a few patterns they can do, and one is particularly faster than the rest. And you'll see the power of Water Shield she got from Pumpman. It does a lot of damage. I think it's like 3 damage per bubble. So it'll just tear right through Bird there. Suzak and Phoenix. If you know which is which, you know more than me.
Phoenix is the purple one. It's counterintuitive.
Alright, co-commentator is showing me up.
Yep, gotcha.
As you see, there's a lot of... Well, I guess first I can talk about the cool feature of Mega Man 10 that was only in a few other classic Mega Mans, which is quick weapon switching. Using the shoulder buttons, they're both playing on Wii, using a classic controller or classic controller Pro. You can just switch weapons without pausing. It's great. Makes the game really fun. Kind of opens up a lot of your options. And you can see they're using Rush Coil a lot in this stage.
Yeah, as opposed to other classic Mega Mans, quick weapon swapping in this game allows you to clear all instances of the weapon that's on the screen at the same time. So,
yeah, that's true.
That's a huge deal, being able to just swap. You'll see Triple Blade way later, and even with Water Shield now. We'll see how they do on the boss. They may opt to clear out the bubbles so that they can go again.
Yeah, he dies in 5 hits. I think they both got... They essentially got the same pattern.
Yeah, close race so far.
Gotta say, it's been almost 5 years since Gianna PB'd in this game, but the bulk of the chat is still wondering, where's Gianna? I think that's amazing that his name's just coming up so often.
What a legend. But you're just gonna go in weakness order for the rest of the route. So Chill Man is next. Probably the toughest stage so far, especially to do correctly. There's some ice blocks in here where their thing is you gotta land on them twice or shoot them to break them to get through. So you're gonna see them use Water Shield to break it as they fall and get a smooth fall through the block. I've seen a few from Ajarmar there.
And as you can see, penalty is pretty high. There's a lot of spikes in this area, but they both made it through escapeless, so it's really just the last screen that's a little scary. From here, it's pretty standard.
Yeah. You're going to see the weapon canceling with the Solar Blaze weapon you just got from Solar Man. Just shatter these, quick swap. It's really nice being able to cancel it whenever you want.
Already, there's a lot of small back and forths, like Ajarmar messed up the setup a little bit on the way up. Chlorate got it. Chlorate messed up one of the block jumps earlier. Very back and forth. So, Chillman coming up is one of the, if not like the most skill-based fight. Your ability to weapon swap quickly and cancel without overlapping his iframes is a very impressive feat. So let's see how these guys do.
Right. Ooh, fantastic fight.
Yeah, wow. That was great by Ajarmar.
They were both really good.
Yeah, Chlorate too. Chlorate missed like a shot at the end, but his setup in the beginning was great.
So you're allowed to overwrite a little bit with Solar Blaze due to how it works, because it like flies out. You have a little bit of leeway. But the thing is, you use L and R to switch, but there's also a shortcut where if you hit L and R at the same time, or like too close to each other, it'll go back to Buster, and then your fight, you're probably really thrown off. So you gotta swap as fast as possible with LR, but you can't hit them simultaneously. It's really difficult. And Chillman also has random patterns, so you can't just stand there and blast him in the face all the time. On this stage, Nitro Man, you'll see one of the cool things in Mega Man 10 where the weapons have certain uses other than just boss weaknesses. You're going to use the Chill Spike they just got to crash these trucks. Get them out of the way. or freeze them. What a great game.
I agree.
Of course, riding this one is faster.
Yeah, the trucks go towards you in the beginning, and then with you, and then towards you and with you.
The big mama trucks.
Big mama. Easy mama trucks.
You can see sometimes the chill spike either freezes them or, kills them. That's one of the features of the weapon. If it hits a wall or the floor, then it becomes some spikes on the ground, and it functions differently. If it hits them directly, it freezes them, and you'll see that again against the boss Nitro Man. They're going to have him run over the weapon instead of hitting him directly. It also does different amounts of damage. The actual spike does, I don't know how much on normal enemies, but it's a few more than hitting them directly. Just does 1 if you hit them dead on.
Yeah, we'll see that with Commando Bomb later too.
Oh god.
Alright, so this is the most random boss out of the 8.
Mm-hmm.
He can basically just throw blades at you, or he can skate up the wall. And if he skates up the wall, he'll waste a lot of time.
Right. He froze him on purpose there to get him into his next pattern.
Ooh, up the wall. You see that? Just a little bit of time loss. They were both still pretty solid fights, but...
Yep. Neither was optimal luck, but they handled it super well. As you can see, Chlorate also did. He landed a shot right in front of Nitro Man, and it became a spike in front of him and hit him on the ground anyway. It's really precise. But he can only do the riding around pattern up to 2 times in a row. So if you freeze him, it'll just move him to his next pattern, and eventually you'll get a good one.
So now, after doing 4 stages, we're going to get Rush Jet. And Rush Jet is going to be very helpful for the next 4 stages, especially Commando Man coming up.
Yeah, this route is great because Rush Jet works. It saves so much time in the next 4 stages, and the first 4 they just did. Rush Jet really doesn't save anything in those.
Yeah, one of the huge benefits of quick weapon swapping in this game is that you don't have to open your menu to get Rush Coil or Rush Jet at all. They're just accessible whenever you want.
Rush Jet will save a huge amount here because you see this sandstorm that is pushing them forward. There's ones that push you backwards later, but you can ride over it with Rush Jet.
Also, there's 2 routes throughout this stage, but it's very clearly faster to go the top route, where the tornado goes in your favor.
Yeah, the bottom route has another one that pushes you backwards. It's like not even considered at all.
Yeah.
But if you fall down there, you don't have a choice. It might be faster to die and just start the stage over if you end up down there. But, you can see him riding off the top.
Yeah. Weapons in this game are generally very powerful. Water Shield especially is an extremely powerful weapon against everything. And I feel like you can hit most enemies, regardless of where they are on the screen relative to you once you have all 8 weapons.
Yes, I really like the weapon selection in this game. And now you'll see an unintended feature of this weapon here, hopefully. This is just the Wheel Cutter, which they've used a few times, and as a normal weapon, it does decent damage, but as Ajarmar just did, there's a glitch with Commando Man where he jumps, he loses his iframe, so you just smash your heart out. Chlorate did the same thing. And since that's his weakness, it just destroys him.
Very nice by these 2.
Kings of the game.
Clearly. This is close. This is still very close. I think he's just a few seconds behind. Ajarmar's in the lead.
We do have a very quick donation here, $4.98 from Kirby Fan 5009. Comment is, good luck to RDD and the JRTA crew to getting the $2,000 goal. $3 goes to La Milana Classic Music, and $1.98 goes to Naming Supreme's Donkey Kong Country File SK. Thank you for that donation.
Thank you. Blade Man is kind of like... I know when I learned this game, ages ago, this was like the wake-up call stage that this game can be hard. This has way more weapon switching than the previous ones. And it's just had more added over time, actually. Look, he just used 4 weapons in that room.
Yeah, second half of the stage gets pretty unforgiving. There's spikes everywhere.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. You can't waste Jet really either.
Alright, going into Tri-Castle. Takes a lot of damage from Water Shield. Very well timed from Ajarmar. Let's see how Chlorate does. Yeah, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like specifically position yourself around the way that your spheres with the Water Shield are rotating.
I love spheres. Yeah, as you can see though, Jet lets you skip the seesaw sections. Those jumps are just barely possible to make, the ones with 4 spikes in between. Other than that, you need the seesaw. Cool, we kept the weapon drop. Luckily in this game, you may see in other Mega Man games, drops usually kill the runner if they're near a gap, but you can buffer like a jump in this game if you grab energy near a pit or something. Alright, so now we see the lovely weapon, Commando Bomb. Just like Chill Spike, if you hit him directly, it does far less damage than if you hit him with the shockwaves. And in addition, against Blade Man, sometimes you can do double hits, which Ajarmar got a few of them there.
That was like the exact same fight on both of those.
Oh my god.
Very nice.
Chlorate got the triple-double.
Yeah, yeah.
That was like, you can't... that's all you can ask for.
Only Chlorate can do that.
And he even got to the dead center of the screen.
Yeah, he actually made up. So he was about 2.5 seconds from behind when he was entering that fight, and he's about like half a second to a second behind now.
I just want to point out how confident Chlorate was. He wasted 2 commando bombs in the boss hallway before it. That thing uses a lot of weapon energy.
For me...
Oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, you.
I just want to say, like, Strike Man for me was the wake-up call for this game. When I first learned this game, I died a million times in Strike Man.
Yeah, well, that goes into what I was going to say, is that this stage features no instant deaths. It makes up for that by just stacking enemies everywhere. So you die from just getting beat up.
Yeah.
Alright, getting the doubles against this, the Keeper, is quite tricky. Like, if you don't get the setup into the room, it's really hard to fix it.
Yeah, the sync, though.
Oh, if it wasn't obvious earlier, you can use Wheel Cutter to climb walls. It's an intended feature. Some people think it's a glitch. I've had that question a few times.
An exploit, if you will.
An exploit in Strike Man stage?
Maybe. Alright.
Yeah, so I said you lose the stage by getting beat up, but they're kind of not getting beat up.
So again, those locker room guys, they're on the same global cycle that we were talking about when we were in Pump Man stage. So if you're generally consistent throughout their stage, you'll sort of know what's coming. And these guys, I'm sure, know exactly what's coming based on how well they did.
Ooh, here you'll see the power of Triple Blade. Let's just check this out real quick. Alright, well, there goes Strike Man.
See ya.
So Triple Blade has this cool feature where, God, I still don't even know the exact working, but if multiple of them hit at the same time, then the damage will basically stack. There's some other glitchy stuff you can do, even with other weapons, if you can switch, say you're the TAS or something. If you watch the TAS, it switches between Triple Blade and other weapons all the time. It does some weird stuff with high frames, lets you do more damage.
Yeah, in general, Triple Blade is just a fantastic weapon against all enemies, and especially against Strike Man.
Mm-hmm. What an exploit. So, earlier we were talking about how stuff is on a global timer throughout the stage. This stage features the Yoku disappearing blocks that Mega Man's been known for so long. They are on that timer as well. So their goal in this stage is to go at a certain pace so they can make the proper cycle later of the blocks and not have to wait. I think it's like 3 seconds a cycle that you miss. So if you go really fast, you get an added bonus of saving more time. they've played enough to where if they didn't go fast enough to make it, they'll know how to adjust. You get a feel for it after a while, after missing it enough times.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Octobolt, kind of similar to the Keeper. You have to do a well-timed commando shot. You have to like charge this little pad first, but if you time it correctly, the wolf get through. Very nice.
It's much more generous than the Keeper because he has a big head.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love using Rush Jet for a platform. Oh no! Well, I should have said that, but you know, Rush Jet's actual spawning is based on your vertical position. So he just jumped a little early there. Rush Jet spawned a bit too high. I don't know about you, but they're synced on my screens.
They are, yeah.
So, yeah, Ajarmar ended up not getting the same cycle as Chlorate. He was just a bit slower because of that earlier. As you can see, they had different blocks at the end of that screen. That was the one screen that mattered for the blocks. Sheepman, you're going to use the Rebound Striker weapon you got from Strike Man. It's a pretty strong weapon. It powers up the more walls that it bounces off of, so you'll see some crazy bank shots here. Simple geometry. Oh no. It's all good.
Yeah, he was saving one just in case, but worked out.
Yeah, that weapon does use 2 energy as shots, so you got to be a little careful, especially later on. I believe that they both got sub 20, 8 robots.
Yeah, very clean. No major mistakes anywhere. These guys are very tight going into the Wily stages.
Yeah, and finally you get Thunderwool before him too. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So in Wily stages, you got to be way more conservative with your weapon energy because it doesn't refill on its own. Luckily, this game features an M-Tank, which restores all of your weapon energy. And I believe there's a few different ways you can handle this, but they will be getting the M-Tank and they'll be using it at a certain point. God, I don't even know what Chlorate does these days. He's tried like 6 different routes throughout the Wily stages.
Yeah,
over the
like
years.
W-Tank, M-Tank at a different point.
Oh, the W-Tank. Oh, man. He's a scientist.
Yeah. So, the beginning of the stage, similar to the cycles we were talking about earlier, the global cycles. If you get through this first screen at the same time, every time, you'll get a certain pattern of these 3 bosses that usually show up randomly. But if you do it right, you should have Electman show up first, and then Woodman, and then Gemini.
So I'd say the standard here for years was just getting Electman first, but then they got so good at it that they were able to kill Electman at the same time every time, and no Woodman is next.
Yeah.
And they allow for that really ridiculous early kill. So one general Mega Man mechanic is that you want to jump off of ledges so you accelerate faster, so you'll see them do that on the disappearing blocks in this stage. They want to be at full fall speed when they fall through. There's basically no ledge you don't want to jump off of in this game. Ooh, that was smooth.
You can only think of the one at the beginning of Sheep.
Yeah. That's the only one.
Alright, this is a tough boss fight, because nothing is buffered at this point, so you don't really know what's coming.
Right, you just pick the middle weapon selection of the 3 that you need, and you have to react real fast. This was super tough to learn.
Yes.
And still impossible. Ooh. It's alright. The super bank shot. Dude showing off was on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't obvious, you're refighting bosses from previous Mega Man games throughout this stage. 1 from each game, 1 through 9, actually. They all have their own weaknesses. So Ajarmar did say earlier they're both probably using early M-Tanks, so they will be getting that. That'll be relevant in the next stage. So they should be on the same weapon route, probably, but who knows?
Yeah, if you caught it earlier on in the game, they were trying to avoid all weapon drops by swapping to Buster. But if you're on an M tank route, it doesn't really matter. Basically, it's, I believe, 4 frames per weapon energy, I guess, replenish. So whether you do it on the screen when there's a weapon drop or you do it when you get the M tank, it doesn't actually matter.
So there is a small frame saver with that, because every time it reaches maximum, it takes 1 frame instead of 4. So if you've seen a task for this game, they refill over and over and over again for what's necessary while still at the max.
Yeah, good point.
This boss is really hard. Triple Blade wasn't actually the weakness for Tornado Man, but it's just better. Look at that. Good performances.
Yeah, Chlorate did this cool backup for Frostman, where he did the commando bomb off the right wall when he missed the double. And yeah, that's cool.
Alright, so Wily 2, I'd probably still call it the toughest stage. Actually, it is the toughest stage.
Yeah, totally.
And you can make it harder because, again, of the global timer, there are crushers in this stage, and if you go fast enough and you think you've made it, you can go for some crusher skips that, if you misjudge, well, you get crushed.
That'd be all fun and nice if it was fairly consistent, but we got the birds coming up again, so...
Yeah, so the bird's the most random mini-boss. Unfortunately, they're back. You can kill them faster in this. There's a few options. You can use Commando Bomb or Triple Blade, but the luck is still there.
I think he missed a Triple Blade, yeah.
Oh,
Rough for Chlorate. Let's see how Ajarmar does.
but he's doing command. This is like backwards what I expected for weapon usage. Okay, he's waiting. They're both ended up waiting. Yo, look, it's synced.
That's great.
Oh, that's so good.
Birds, the great equalizer.
Oh my god. They hit the shutter at the same time for me.
yeah, me too.
Return of Octobulb. Wow. So see, this is the... Yep, they're going for M-Tank. This is maybe the hardest single room in the game. You want to stay on top path. Oh, until the end. But there was a tough jump back there. I'm nervous.
Alright.
The spikes get everybody. So they should be able to just keep walking right here. So that's the easier of the crusher skips in the stage. Ooh.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, he doesn't use jet there? What a madman.
Alright. To me, I think once you make it past that final gap, you're fairly safe. You can take a death in Wily 3 if you go for some crazy tricks, maybe we'll see. But I think that's the point at which you're totally safe.
Alright, here's Crab Puncher. Oh, the left bomb? Never before seen.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's out of energy.
Alright, he's doing it now. Makes sense.
Oh, so that's really unfortunate. But you use the Commando Bomb on this boss, and you rely on luck for him to give you a pattern where you can hit both of his eyes at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to say that all Wii controller D-pads are garbage and hit the wrong direction all the time? I understand his pain right now.
Yeah, that's rough. He does have to be pretty careful, though, because he used 2 commando bombs there, and he needs them for both the boss rush and the final stage for the manip, so he's got to watch out for any drops he can get.
That's alright. The boss rush is the next equalizer.
Oh, yeah.
Crab Puncher is supposed to be the equalizer instead of separated them.
Alright,
But
makes me
some
proud.
cool auto scrollers here. There's a cool thing at the end of this section. Oh,
Come on, Ajarmar.
someone make me proud.
This is it! Oh, he faked me out.
Ooh, the backup.
Alright, that's good, though.
So you just save a little time on these screens by getting to the shutter as fast as possible. And Jet obviously saves a humongous amount on this water screen.
Yeah, this is a fairly safe stage, especially compared to Wily 2.
Well, the only thing is the checkpoint was before the water, like 1/3 through the stage. So it's a very unfair checkpoint. So if they, something bad happens, ooh. Not that that's ever happened. So they get you by making a fairly safe stage with a horrendous checkpoint.
Yeah, at the end of this little scroller here, you'll see them rush Coil off of a spike and try to swap to wheel cutter so that they can get up the wall right to the door as quickly as they can.
Mm-hmm. This room scares me every time anyway. Okay. Cool. Thank God. As the boss is... Well, Block Devil, that's his name. Struggled for a minute there. His weakness is Rebound Striker, and as said earlier, it gets more powerful the more you bounce it off of walls, so they're going to fire a few shots before he even spawns for maximum damage. And I see how it does have the same pattern every time to this opening. You gotta be careful to get too quick shots, but not hit him in his iframes.
Oh, so clean. So good.
Oh, yep, pretty good.
That's by both of them.
Yep, so the boss rush is the next equalizer. Everything's an equalizer in this game. Well, they're random. There's a lot of randomness. And then the Wily Machine boss at the end of the stage it's really hard execution-wise.
Yeah, I feel like people commonly say Mega Man 9 has extremely random boss rush, but it's mostly Wily, whereas in this game, the boss rush is very random in every single element.
Yeah, there's a lot more random elements total in this game that add up, and it adds up to more randomness overall than, say, Mega Man 9, which has its famous concentrated spots. I don't even know the order for this room anymore. I guess they do Strike Man first.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's no different.
Yeah, pretty much all the fights are the same except for Pump Man. You'll see Thunderwool.
Yeah, you'll see this right now. In fact, you'll see Thunderwool for the first time. If you hit him with the Cloud garbage weapon, you want to hit him with the Lightning Bolts. And he has a... Yeah, that was really nice. He has a thing where if he jumps between them, the Lightning Bolts will hit multiple times, depending on where you place them. Oh, unlucky for Ajarmar. Yeah, so Pump Man adds luck. The best backup after that is you're just going to spam blades in his face.
It's really unfortunate. Well, Chlorate had a really nice...
Pump Man.
Yeah. Ooh. Alright, so Chlorate had a great Commando Man and a decent Sheep Man. Let's see what Ajarmar can do.
Ooh, I like that wheel cutter up to...
Oh, so good.
These optimizers, man. There's a few weapons here they really got to be careful how much they use. Water Shield was one of them. You need to have... Is it 1 or 2 commandos left? I don't know. You need some commando bomb left after this. I actually don't... What did the Ajarmar do for the extra ones? Are those just allowed leeway?
I think so. I think he'll just have to be a stricter on Blade Man.
Okay. Yeah, not only do they need these weapons for the Wily Machine fight coming up, but they will be doing a manipulation in the final stage that we'll get to there, but it requires weapons. It requires you to plan ahead. It's a much rougher Chill Man fight than the first time. Kind of shows that even the pros, that fight is impossible.
They're about one boss away right now. Alright, very nice. Chlor's going into Machine. He'll use a combination of Solar Blaze and Triple Blade for the first phase, and then Water Shield is the second phase's weakness.
Right, he's weak to Solar Blaze, but you only have a limited amount because of the route. But Triple Blade shows its power. Now this is the tricky thing. You gotta get off of Coil, quickly switch to Water Shield, and if you're really good, you can fire off a shot for an even extra damage. This is tough. He nailed it.
Alright, let's see. Ajarmar. Oh, totally out. Both weapons.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Alright. So Wily 5, we talked about throughout the whole game, everything's on a global timer. And the final boss of this game is completely random, BS, time losses, if you just gun it to the end. Luckily, similar to the Wily 1 thing earlier, well, I guess it's luckily, if you get there on the same frame every time, you will get the same pattern. Yeah. Even using Wheel Cutter here, it's possible.
Yeah. I think Ajarmar used all of his water shield on the last form of the boss.
I think he used an extra.
Yes, I don't think he has any.
Looks like he's going for it
he's
anyway.
going for it.
I think he had one.
Yeah,
Every movement perfectly planned ahead of time. Oh, that cancel was so clutch from Chlorate. One of the screws dropped a large weapon energy that would have... He swapped to Buster in time. It would have messed with things. So I don't even know if he got there, or if he did it properly.
Yeah, it's like you never really know.
If Wily first appears on the left for a while and then the right, then it happened. Oh, Ajarmar takes the hit. He had a backup planned. Unless the hit is planned. I don't even know at this point.
Maybe. He has a lot of backups.
Anyway, the pattern worked for Chlorate, and that's time for him.
That's it.
You don't have to see Wily disappear too much.
Looked like a 3456 for Chlorate.
Oh, 34. Classic Chlorate getting a 34. And Ajarmar, unfortunately... Well, this is what happens. It's pretty punishing. You can see having to use extra weapon energy earlier kind of made this happen, way later. But that's time for him.
Very nice. Very nice race.
Super great race.
These guys
it's not
are...
over yet.
That's right. We have the special stages race coming up right after... I guess right now. Let's see if they honor the credits or move on. These credits are like 6 minutes long.
They're really long.
There was a 3542 for Ajarmar.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right, before we move on to the special stages race, we did get some donations while that was going on, and I will read them now. Well, actually, looks like just one since I last read. We have $10 from Big Boss, and the comment is, "This is Big Boss. DKC3 is my favorite Donkey Kong. Name it in my honor. B-Boss. Over."
B-Boss.
With that, we're at $850 raised so far. Thanks everybody who's been donating.
So yep, it's not over yet because this game had DLC stages. 3 of them, in fact, all the special stages. They feature bosses that originated from the Game Boy series of Mega Man. And they're difficult stages, difficult bosses, and fantastic music.
Yes, the Mega Man killers.
So sinister. They never even succeeded.
Oh. Ballet even became your friend at the end.
Wow. The lore. So you're just gonna, for 10 minutes, you're gonna talk about the lore of the Mega Man killers, right? They even synced up the reset. Did you see that? They synced up the reset? These
guys communicate in ways that I can't comprehend.
All right, so they're gonna do the special stages. Oh, I do want to say one thing before we start that this features is these bosses give you a weapon. The weapon is permanent to your save file. You becomes a different speedrun category and everything unless you delete the stages entirely and your entire save data. So to get around this, when they race these, you get the boss to 1 HP. All they do is take 1 damage from everything, except for Triple Blade, I guess, probably. But they're just going to buster the bosses, give them to 1 HP, then exit to go to the next one, for the sake of their save files. Here we go. If you don't like this song, then you don't like music.
I agree. All three agree.
This stage is based on Anchor's stage from the first Mega Man Game Boy game. It's very similar. In that game, you didn't have Rush Jet, though.
Yeah, you got access to your entire weaponry outside of DLC for this category.
Yep. The only thing is, no E-Tanks and tanks once you pick them up in the stage. No checkpoints either. These are pretty fun stages. Anchor is the hardest boss of the 3 for sure. He's the boss of this one.
Definitely. You don't have any... So they don't have weaknesses, or rather their weaknesses are the DLC items that they're not going to be getting, so you have to buster them 1 damage per hit.
And the stage isn't free either. Since it says there's no E-Tanks, there's no real way to refill your health, like, you could get to the boss with not much health, if you're not careful. I always love how the bomb spawns in late on that screen where they fall into the spikes. Looks like they're done for. Ooh. Skips the large health. Glad to use Jet there, that jump is max length.
Luckily these moles are consistent. Every time you walk through the stage, if you don't get hit, they'll always spawn in the same area. But looks like Ajarmar did get hit by 1. His health is kind of scary going into this fight. So yeah, Anchor fight, he's very unpredictable, and he can just dash at you or jump towards you.
What the hell was that? He stopped mid-screen! What is... That's cheating. That is straight up cheating from Anchor.
Read the inputs.
That's like 1 in a million. Well, he probably won't even stop in the center again for either of them. There's no way you can react to that. He did it again! I'm a liar!
What is this guy? Oh! No. No.
Oh. Okay. So there is a backup plan for this. It's simple. They're going to do best of 3 each stage 1 at a time. So Chlorate is the champion of Special Stage 1. They have the agreed upon house rule to do each stage individually. A beautiful backup, if you ask me.
That was so close.
That was ridiculous.
He got... I can't believe that pattern. I would have died to that.
Yeah.
With full health. Oh man. Luckily the other 2 bosses aren't as tough and unpredictable as Anchor. We'll get going right about now. This stage is... The boss is Punk. I don't even remember what game he's from. One of the Game Boy ones. He was there. 3. There you go. This freaking Lore Master's always showing me up on commentary.
Good.
God. But the best feature of this stage is there's a really good spot for you to shoot to the music for a long time. Or jump to the music, even. All kinds of variety. Oh, check this out. What is he doing?
He didn't get the memo.
Neither. I'm done with this race. Just spaz out on the controller. Now you finish the stage. I'll be back for the 3rd one.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so this stage to me is sort of like a variant of Wily 2 from the regular playthrough. You get crushers in this stage, you get a big spike wall. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of close calls with enemies sort of popping up. You see these like parachute enemies pop up. generally with the spikes, with the crushers, if you get past the first two, you can just keep walking and make it all the way through, which is what they're doing here. Like we were saying before, Punk is a fairly much simpler boss than Anchor, so I mean, they're both at max HP, so they really shouldn't have too many issues. He is somewhat random though, based on how high he jumps and where he throws his screw. I'm trying to remember the name. Oh, I'm getting outlured by myself.
Screw Crusher, I win!
Alright. Damn it, DP, you were supposed to go away.
Can't miss my chance to win. But yeah, it's Punk. You just gotta react to what he does. Oh.
Yeah.
It's tough to hit him and do it fast. It's like Chlorate took the edge in this fight currently.
There it is.
Oh yeah, yep.
Punk does a lot of damage to you, so just a damage boost tactfully. But yeah, Chlorate takes that one. He is 2-0 right now.
Luckily, Special Stage 3 counts for 3, because there's 3 in it.
Yep.
The Special Stage 2 didn't follow that rule, unfortunately. Unexplained reasons. Alright, going right into it. This song is amazing. They're going to start off... There's so many parachute enemies in this stage, it's completely ridiculous. But they're going to be using Chill Spike. Try to go full speed.
There we go.
It's important... Man, these enemies were all throughout the game, I didn't even mention it, but these guys, if you go in their spotlight, they turn the conveyor belts around. So there was one planned one there, another planned one there. It really makes the room nice and smooth. Now smooth is not an easy way to do this section, because you're gonna have to blow out these missiles in the way.
Yeah,
that one's
clean.
like, yeah. And that one's child's play compared to the end of the stage.
Yeah, the one at the end is probably going to decide the race, honestly. See how risky they
what a
play.
nice jump.
Yeah, very good. So yeah, I mean, like, those things are exploding, those big bombs, and if you get hit by them, they will do damage to you and slow you down, so let's see how they do.
This one has the added benefit of making it nearly impossible to win if you blow up too much.
Oh!
Nice. If you're insane, you can save yourself with Wheel Cutter. That's about it.
Here we go.
This is it. This is for 3 points. Belayed.
Fairly simple fight, he just launches ballet crackers at you.
Dang it! You said it before I could say the word.
And he just jumps around. He jumps fairly high. He's not too hard to hit. You can also detonate his bombs.
Oof. Just barely, Chlorate wins that one. Well, that's it.
King.
They both immediately go back into the music. We went 5-0 in a 3-level race. Crazy.
Outstanding.
House rules just really things. That was great though. They were all close. The whole thing was close.
Yeah,
Kings
totally.
have honored us with their gameplay.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Pretty interesting back and forth in the regular race, and then I like the house rules. We need more house rules and speedrunning. Gentlemen's agreements are always good.
Yeah, well, that was really entertaining for me.
Totally.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for the commentary, and of course, thanks to Chlorate and Ajarmar for the race as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Coming up.
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks again. Have a good rest of your weekend. Coming up next, guys, we have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the hero story mode. And after that, it's Ori and the Blind Forest, followed by double spoiler. Stick around, everybody. JRTA 3.5 continues right after this.